Huh? What?
Where do you want us? Do you know what the fire battalion is?
I don't know off the top of my head. Brian, I think is his first name. If it's Brian.
It was Ramon. Like, should I recognize him?
I like. Nah. Bennett is the guy. Is the assistant chief. I mean, like, but if he's handy and I see him, I'll say like, hey, you want to recognize you? I'll ask his name. So yeah, let's talk about the folks we know. So this is where I got Detroit, Jackson, Justin Massey, Chief Aaron, Lowenthal, all present. The word from Mitchell. It's the blue right there.
Who's Mitchell's staff?
Mitchell's Jeslyn Ward. She should be. She said she'd be here.
Okay, and are we calling them up at that time?
Yeah, could their rep please come up and accept our certificate on behalf? I'll hand them the certificate and such. But I would just call as the representative. Yeah, I said Jeslyn. I would just call the representative and say, is there a representative such and such there? Thank you. On behalf of I didn't see anyone else, any of council besides these three there.
Let me just, Stephen has a good eye for it.
Yeah.
Can we start with Stephen?
Did you see any besides these three?
Great question.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. Detroit you can't miss.
Correct, yeah.
Giant. Yeah. I'll write it down.
It's SVA or something. I'm not going to say their principal's name. I guess right.
I'll handle all that for the recognitions as well too.
I'm going to let the Boy Scouts know it's probably a 10-minute delay.
I talked to them already. Yeah. They're ready, and then they're going to take the colors down when they're ready.
I just let you know that this is Lola, our singer. This is Lola right here. Lola, come up here. What do we
Yeah.
do for you in microphone? Because you're a pro.
Yeah?
There's a lot of behind the scenes. Cameraman, she's all set up. Okay.
Hi, Valerie. Jess is out from the chamber. It's Akamondo, but I don't know if I want to handle that last name.
Where were you and I sitting with all this? Are you just perching up here the whole time?
I'm pushing up here. Yeah. Good? You want water?
Pull a Marco Rubio.
I can.
I think about you every time at every board meeting when you crunch the water bottle into the microphone.
It's a power play. I'm gonna grab one though. Fire Chief Valdoria.
Valdoria.
Yeah. Nice guy. First time I met him.
What I might do is I'm going to recognize all the locals and then do the certificates for our pupils.
We're ready.
Good evening, everyone. If you can hear me, clap once. If you can hear me, clap twice. Thank you. Welcome to View School. My name is Maggie Beauvais-LaMonica. I am school board president of Hermosa Beach City School Districts, and we should do ribbon cuttings more often because it is so nice to see all of your faces in here. Thank you so much for coming. I'd like to recognize some of the folks we have. You can do a wave if you like, but we have Mayor DeToy, and we have Council Member Mayor Pro Tem Ray Jackson. We have feedback. We have Councilmember Justin Massey, Chief LeBaron, City Manager Lowenthal. We have our PTO President Nicole Ellison. We have our Chamber President Jessica, Fire Chief Valdorian. Thank you all so much for our city staff being here. We really appreciate your support. We have a, can't gesture. Get me distracted. We also have some of our county and state representatives and their staff who are here that we'd like to give our appreciation and thanks to. So to start off with, State Senator Ben Allen, if you could come up, I have a certificate of appreciation for you.
Yeah. Give this guy a round. He got money for schools.
Ben Allen has been a real champion for our school district. Next up, if we have staff from Ted Lieu's office, Congressman Ted Lieu's office. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. Our state assemblyman, Al Maritsucci, couldn't be here tonight, but I believe we have someone from his team. Come on up.
Thank you so much. Normally it's the other way around.
I love being able to give the awards. And then for our county supervisor, Holly Mitchell's office. Thank you so much, Jesselyn. And then these go the other way, but we wanted to show that our state assemblyman, state senator had given us a certificate of appreciation, so we're so grateful for this. And then a really beautiful piece from the County of Los Angeles. So excited. Thank you so much. Let's cover our dignitaries, yes? Okay. So on behalf of the board, on behalf of district leadership, on behalf of our faculty and staff team, thank you so much for being here tonight and welcome to View School. When I started thinking about these remarks for tonight, which is both a welcome, a ribbon cutting for View School and Measure S and also a state of the schools, I asked my third grader what he thought I should say, and he said, tell them the schools are good. And then as a third grader, he let me know that when you say something is good, you follow it up with a because, and you justify your sentence. So I'm going to take that. And the state of the schools is good because this community continually invests in our schools and continually expects high expectations for our staff and for our kids. And that makes a world of difference when we have the community buying in, both investing and supporting us. It is what we expect of our students, and it's what we want for our community, for us. For our celebration of Measure S tonight, this is really a huge investment in our district. This is the largest bond Hermosa Beach City Schools has ever done, $59 million. And it was to rebuild North School, which is now Vista, and it was to modernize View and Valley. So now we have the lovely View Valley Vista schools of Hermosa Beach, which is really exciting. In my lifetime, which I think I calculated to 5 decades, which sounds weird, I have seen the Hermosa schools go from one campus with under 800 students to 2 campuses where we had more portables than classrooms here, and our Valley multi-purpose room and our theater was crammed with students, right? So Measure S was really the right size solution to bring our facilities to the 21st century. It's what we needed in order to create a foundation for the next 114 years that we want this district to thrive. All of that work took place with a lot of thank yous, so there's gonna be a lot of thank yous here. The Measure S campaign, our heroes, the Neighborhood Traffic Management Plan, our Citizens Oversight Committee, our partners in building SVA and Erickson Hall, the unanimous City Council, City Manager support we had getting this through on the board, all of our past board members, our past superintendent. These people put forth the energy, the effort, and the vision to get us where we are today, and that is so important. It is the continuous investment in our schools. Some of the ways that this looks reflected from the district is our values. Our values are centered on community engagement, excellence, and inclusion. And Hermosa Beach School District has the distinction of both being the lowest funded, one of the lowest funded, and the highest achieving. And it's really hard to make that line fit, but we do it because of our partnerships. And so again, I have so many thank yous, but to our Educator Association partners, thank you for the hard work you do in our schools. To our Ed Foundation, our PTO, our parents and community, thank you so much. Beach City Health Districts, thank you so much, Tom Backley and your team, for the work you do to keep our kids have a positive mental health. Police, fire, City Council, thank you for your partnership. To our county supervisors, State Assemblyman, State Senator, and our Congressman Ted Lieu, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's because of these strong relationships that we're able to develop best practices. And I think that's something that we really need to sit and soak in. Our district has been noted for many great best practices, and we're such a small district. For us to incubate and ideate and then share that with the greater community is something I'm really proud of. In Hermosa, excellence and inclusion go hand in hand. In addition to being that top 5% achieving district, we have the highest state CASP scores in the area. And our iReady scores show that we had almost no learning loss during the pandemic. That right there deserves a standing round of ovation. But what it really speaks to from the not having a large learning loss is resiliency of our families, and then the tenacity and creativity of our teachers. So I really want just to let that sink, that it's our teachers and our families that were able to come out of this and say we had a lot of adversity, and we're not gonna let that take away our learning. Excellence is more than test scores. Like, we have great test scores, but we are more than test scores. And I think it's, the board would agree, the district would agree, teachers and staff, our excellence comes from creating a culture where students can thrive, all students. So where does that look like? During the past year, we were awarded a Pivotal Practice Award by the state of California for our social emotional learning and our academic intervention. That's really a notable achievement for the work that our teachers and our staff did. The Friendship Foundation awarded us the Best Friendship Club. That's a group that focuses on inclusion of students in the district. And this is new news, but the California School Boards Association awarded us a Golden Bell Award for our Equity Dashboard. The Equity Dashboard is a framework that allows for transparency and accountability on student achievement. The state stopped giving us data, and so we created our own practice as a way to keep ourselves accountable to where we want our kids to be. In all of this, we've sought to center our student voice. We've had the creation of a Superintendent Advisory Council that is made up of students. We have students participating in our Wellness Council. That's district-wide. We have a very robust student council doing all the programmings for the in and out trucks and the dances and all the things you want to see happening. It was because of the students that we've reimagined middle school electives, and because of the students that we're re-envisioning the science curriculum. Our focus on continuous investment and continuous improvement has led to great results. We had 8% enrollment growth last year. That's above and beyond what you're seeing in any other district. Year after year, we've had continuous growth in fundraising from Ed Foundation and PTO. And I would be remiss if I'd say, if you have not signed up for the Skechers Walk, please do so. That is our largest fundraiser of the year, and it's coming up next weekend. And Hermosa Beach wins that every year. Niche, it's hard to win a walk. Niche just gave us an A- rating. We want that to be an A+, but getting to an A rating. We're working for an A+ though. Because of all of this success, we've had to expand our transitional kindergarten and our kinder programs to accommodate families. And to do some groundbreaking news right here, we intend to launch for the first time in Hermosa history a preschool for our district. All of this to say is that the state of the schools is good, right? But it is only truly because this community has invested, believes in investing, and believes in improving our public school district. So thank you so much for being here tonight. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to the color guard. I don't think I said that right. Presentation of the colors.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Color guard attention. Color guard forward march. Color guard, prepare to post the colors. Post the colors. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. Color guard.
Hey everybody, I'm Dr. Johnson, Superintendent of Hermosa Beach, Best Little Beach Schools. Thank you for being here tonight. I next just want to acknowledge that we have Boy Scout Troop 860 here in honor of Ian White. Ian White was a student who attended Hermosa View Schools and who passed while attending Hermosa Schools. And I'd just like to take a moment to acknowledge that his parents are here, and we are going to do a rededication plaque that we've redone in honor of Ian and his memory of Hermosa Schools. We think that he represents the best of what is Hermosa Beach. And then on that note, to keep it kid-friendly, we have a lot of talent in Hermosa Beach, and so next I'd like to invite up Lola, who is going to lead us in a little song here for your entertaining pleasure. Lola? She's a pro.
Let's dance and stop, let's dance for a while. Heaven can't wait, we're only watching the skies. Hoping for the best, but expecting the worst. Are you gonna drop the bomb tonight? Can you imagine when this race is won? Turn our golden faces into the sun. Praising our leaders for getting
All right, one more round of applause for Lola. All right, state of schools, here we go. Again, thanks for being here tonight. Proud to present on behalf of our schools. Just want to acknowledge, thank you to our Board of Education. Thank you for our city folks that are here. I know that I got, where's Mayor Detoy? You can't miss him, tallest man in the room. And then I see Justin Massey's here. Thanks. Ray, you in the house? Where's Ray? Very good, very good. You mean like, so just, I can't emphasize. Chief LeBaron? Chief LeBaron still here? He's probably off fighting crime. That's good. And then Suja Lowenthal was here, but I know she had to run off to another event, so I just appreciate the support there. Really can't do without our city folks. Like people say, like, you know, what do you like about being superintendent? The one thing that was unexpected that I really enjoy is our relationship with the city. It's just been so productive. And when you live in a small town, you mean like that is just such an advantage. You mean like to be able to work together. And let me just tell you, like these schools don't get built without the city's help. So thank you to the city and thank you to Hermosa Beach. I mean, like it's a team effort. It really is. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, you're right on time. I'm talking. All right, very good. Okay, so we lead with goals. I'm proud that our Board of Education sincerely believes in these values. It's community, excellence, and inclusion. We know that it takes our community for something like Hermosa, which is magic, one of the smallest school districts in LA County, to happen. And with that, part of the deal is that we have to be the best. There's an expectation that we bring excellence. That expectation is from our teachers, it's from our students, it's from our families. And then while we're doing that, everyone must succeed. No one gets left behind. And so I'm proud that our Board of Education, my bosses, have the mandate that, when we make sure that our students thrive, that we make sure that all of our students thrive. And that's a tough task. It's easier said than done. For the teachers in the room, they know it, that it is hard. When the rubber hits the road, making sure that every child is successful is the real work. So thank you, community. Thank you, board. Let's keep it going. What does it mean to thrive in a small school district? What does this look like? It looks like this. We are making tomorrow's leaders, and tomorrow's leaders have to be whole people. It is not enough just to be able to do reading, writing, and arithmetic. They must be connected to the world. But also, too, we recognize that our students have a unique opportunity to have a small town experience in a very big city. Where else would you have kids working the valet? Look at this. Look at these guys. Or the butterfly garden. That was one of my personal favorites. Yes, the small school district experience, is something that is unique. And for anyone that's had their kids go through Hermosa schools, they know it. It's special. Our kids are great. Our academic programs are outstanding, and we have the data to demonstrate. But we also worry about our programs, and we want to build programs that go beyond just core learning, such as the Sand Dunes Project, where for the last decade, our students have collectively worked to restore the dunes behind Hermosa Valley to its natural habitat. Or just recently, where's Bledsoe? Is she in the house? There she is. Better be in the house. All right. We just led the Spirit Games, where grades 5 through 8 were divided into teams, in order to build unity between 5th graders all the way to 8th grade. That is something special, and that builds skills that go well beyond what is just taught in a classroom, and I'm proud to be a part of that. So, how has Measure S enriched this experience? All right, well, I like to talk, so I gotta tell you a little story first, all right? I'm gonna take you back to 1933. 1933 is a poignant event in LA County history because it was one of the most devastating natural disasters to hit Southern California. The 1933 earthquake resulted in over 150 lives lost and hundreds of millions of dollars in damage, including Hermosa schools. out of that destruction, Hermosa made a decision. They built a new school. Pier Avenue was built out of tragedy. And how did it happen? People like you, the people in this room. They made it happen. They made a decision. Out of the destruction, they said, where's our emphasis going to be? The future. We just went through a tragedy just recently. COVID is probably the worst disaster to hit the Southern California area, I don't know, since the Northridge earthquake. And your community, ironically, made the same decision. You built a school. Actually, you built two, so we outdid them. Same thing. This happened because people made a decision. They worked together. They didn't use tragedy as an excuse. And they made something happen for kids. I watched a lot of communities tear each other apart. You didn't have to look too far to see it. But you all kept your focus on kids. Hermosa Schools was one of the first schools to open on a traditional school day in the state. I like thinking about Hermosa history. There's only so many people to think about it. It's such a darn small town. But I feel that connection between our history and how Hermosa is maintained to be a special place. And no matter who you talk to, any person who's been part of it says the same thing. It's special. Different people doing the same thing, trying to make the best for their kids. All right, now we can talk about how the facilities went. Okay, so I really want to just take a moment to just thank this community. As a superintendent starting in 2020, June, it's been interesting. But the thing, though, that I'm most proud of is that through all the turmoil and through all the various things, that we continue to work together and keep our priorities on the things that were important. And that's why you're here tonight. Thank you. And that's why we're sitting inside of a new school. A lot of people from the COC community committee to, the Chamber of Commerce, to our city council, to our Board of Education, our teachers, to our construction partners. Everyone put in a little extra effort for the thing that makes Hermosa special. So thank you. All right, let's look at these nice facilities. Safety was a huge priority of Measure S. And there has been so much done to revitalize our campuses. Unfortunately, we live in different times. Different times requires a different design of campus. Hermosa schools were known for being very open. So we've had to walk the balance between maintaining the open, beautiful spaces and also pragmatic safety. The design, though, and with our teams from SVA and Erickson Hall, maintains and is true, though, to the beauty of Hermosa. And one of the things you'll notice as you're walking around campus is that many of these campuses are built in layers that still allows you to appreciate the beauty of the town and to look at open spaces. The focus will always be on the classroom, and I can't wait for you to see some of our kinder buildings tonight, where you can see that we have the most modern classrooms in the entire South Bay area, with the latest technology and AV systems, and for our youngest learners. And so one of the big focuses for us was in our TK and K classrooms, making sure that these were wide open spaces where students do not feel boxed into a classroom, and also being true to how we believe in multiple types of small group instruction, so students can move around the classroom for the best type of learning. Community is essential in Hermosa, and so one of our priorities is the space that you're sitting in now. This used to be, as mentioned, 2 to 3 different spaces to make way for classrooms. And in turn, our board and our community was committed to recapturing community spaces that we share here today. We want to move into the 21st century, and energy efficiency is essential. In Hermosa, something I deeply appreciate about our community is Hermosa, though it is small, seeks to be a leader. And if you see the work of our council and you see the work of our board, we really do believe in doing our part as a community to make sure that we are energy efficient and climate friendly. As I mentioned before, the kindergarten access, you'll get a chance to see it. But something that I love about these campuses, is the wide open spaces. And as you see there too, our kinder and TK rooms also have their own bathroom, so our youngest learners feel comfortable. The things you don't see are rooms like this, where there's a lot of money in one space. Our network infrastructure is also some of the most modern. Kudos to our IT team and also our construction partners for ensuring that we have safe, secure, and fast networks all throughout our schools, as well as the latest audio-visual technology, including speakers and high-definition TVs. Something that I really appreciate about the 3 campus system is the intimacy that goes along with Hermosa schools. Hermosa is a small school district, and something that is very unique about it is there's a TK8 continuum. I'm from Redondo schools, and so when students travel to the middle school, they leave their small elementary school and they go to the big middle school. Now that's fun in itself, but something that's unique about Hermosa is that your class in TK is your class when you leave in 8th grade. And the relationships that those students make during that time is something truly special. We know for a fact, last year we brought back for the first time our seniors for a senior send-off. So our Redondo and Miracosta graduates came back to campus, and we saw the connection between these students as we sent them off for celebration. It is special, and your kids will have that one day as well, or have already had that. And so we really believe that the key to the 3 campus solution here is that our students, have small school environments. So when you are on Hermosa View or on Hermosa Vista campus, or even on Hermosa Valley, there is a small nature to it that is aligned with our values as a school district. We didn't have a conference room in any of our schools, if you can believe it. We were so out of space. And so now we have a conference room in all of our classrooms, as well as alternative spaces. And this is important because a big part of school is working together with our parents and our families. And you need physical space to do it. Zoom is a convenience, but in some situations, it just simply doesn't cut it. You have to be in the room with each other. So these collaborative spaces for our staff and for our parents are essential. And then that allowed us to create more spaces, including our new and upcoming wellness centers, coming soon at Valley, our parent center, as well as our counselors having their own spaces in order to work with students. These support rooms, again, just provides more opportunities for students, in order to work with staff, not just inside the classroom. Looking forward, there's still more to do. Measure S has accomplished so much, and we want to continue to keep the momentum going. We are looking at various projects for the future to make sure that our campuses continue to be the safest campuses in the South Bay. We are also looking at renewing some of our old spaces since our programs are changing. So the playground at Hermosa Valley probably needs a healthy upgrade. And then we also want to make sure that we're keeping up with doing our part and also being energy as well as cost efficient and ensuring that solar is at all of our campuses. It really is a team effort. This is all of the various agencies and programs and teams that make it go round, and it does not happen without them all. So I would just like to give a big round of applause to all of our partners. Thank you, Hermosa. Thank you for helping to keep us thrive. Measure S is an enormous achievement, and it happened because of you. Thank you so much for your contribution to our schools and to our future. We're getting it done. Thank you. Need water. Okay. All right. Now we'd like to recognize some special folks. And again, there's all kinds of people that we could recognize and thank, but we just want to make it a point to thank some of our partners. So I'm going to start off. I'd like to first start off by recognizing a very special person. She is our construction manager, Nancy Bartolo. No, stay up because we want to watch you cry. I just want to say just a quick word that if I had to personify, you mean like why this is not a dirt pile still? It's Nancy Bartolo. Nancy and those that know her literally worked around the clock for Hermosa Beach. When she started this project with us as a construction manager, she thought she'd be working for us for 2 years? For 2 years. This is year 6? Yeah. I don't actually know what we're gonna do without her. I told her like we could just find something for her to do. You mean like I'm kind of used to working with her. So I just, you are the very definition of above and beyond, and I just can't thank you enough. I also want to recognize Mike, your husband, who had to deal with me calling at all god-awful hours of the night, saying that I was going to have a heart attack if this goes on much longer. So thank you, Mike. I appreciate you fielding that with your wife. And Nancy, I just cannot thank you enough, so thank you. Next, I'd like to bring up the Erickson Hall Construction Company. That's Matt Gates, Nathan Complin. You guys can like trade off the wave. You mean like, yeah, put it in your office once a week. Erickson Hall Construction Company is a true partner. I was actually talking to a resident, and they're like, I can't believe they got it done. And I was like, yeah, I wasn't sweating it at all. And so some of you who watch board meetings may know Matt. Matt is the square Zoom box that comes in and provides assurance every now and then. We bring him in every 3 months, and he's like, yeah, we're going to finish, I swear. So I also just want to recognize Nathan Complin. Anthony, you stay up here because we got a special word for you. I want to recognize Nathan Complin. Nathan Complin, I call him doom and gloom. That's because he's always the worst case scenario. He's the opposite of Matt, actually. But I just want to thank all these gentlemen, and these guys, like they made it happen. You mean like, and I have to say, like, I joked 3 years ago, I was wearing the monkey suit and the hat, and I was standing at Vista, and definitely thinking, man, I should have stayed at Lincoln. This was a disaster. And like 3 years removed, God, there is no one I would rather be in the foxhole with than Erickson Hall. So thank you. I really mean it. Thank you. All right, next I'd like to recognize SVA. You just stay right there. I got something special for you, Anthony. All right. Where's SVA? There you are. Nathan Complin, come on up. Nathan Complin is sometimes referred to as the smartest man in the room. Oh, sorry, Nathan, yeah, Herrero, yeah. Yeah, they had the same name just to mess with me. And so I just cannot thank him and Bob Simon, enough. The design, the atmosphere you see in these schools is a product of their work. It is out of the box. Hermosa View is extremely unique, so I've come to learn. Most schools are built on a flat surface. Really, people, flat. And this is built on 4 different grades, and so they bring out the best. When we do our tour today, please make it a point to see Leah Novice's room, which has a multi-million-dollar view, so good stuff. I asked the kid, I was like, hey, what do you think of the view? He's like, it's all right. So I just want to really, really thank SVA. You leave a legacy here, and I think you really have captured the beauty of Hermosa. Thank you. All right, last but not least, bring up Anthony Hahn here. Anthony Hahn, what's your title again?
Project manager.
Project manager, that's it, yeah. He's just kind of like the guy that deals with all the manure. Literally. And so Anthony Hahn, I got to know early in this project, and he's an interesting guy. If you get to know him, he's a getter done. And I have to say, Anthony has seen my best and worst side. But there is something I really appreciate your partnership, and I want all these folks to hear it. That these gosh darn schools got built because of you and Nancy, and I just really sincerely appreciate it. I'm still employed because of you. Thank you. All right. So the reason that the recognitions are so important to us, and it's just really important that everyone knows that these things do not happen by coincidence. They don't happen by magic. People give up parts of their lives to make it happen. You give up parts of your property tax, but we give up parts of our lives. And I just can't tell you, how much it means to be a part of that. It's very special. And it's cliche, but it's true that it's so amazing what we can accomplish together. And we realize that what a more poignant time to realize that than COVID. That's something that kept us, far apart. But I really feel like, I really do, coming from 2020 to now, that it's really brought our community closer. Our relationships with the city, our relationships with each other. You see people coming into schools. Someone said, you still like working here? I'm like, I feel so much closer to the people here in Hermosa, and I would never have gotten there had it just been normal times. So thank you, Hermosa. We deeply appreciate everyone's contribution in the city and those that are outside of it. And this is a culmination of decades of work, so thank you. So Q&A. So we, true to our nature, we have finished early, 5:45, and so this is an opportunity for twofold. One is that the state of schools has ended, and we want to make sure that people have an opportunity to walk around and to look at the schools. So it is an open wander and tour. We'll be walking around as well also. Me and the board president are going to stick around, and we're going to do a Q&A for anyone that would like to ask any questions. But for those of you, you will not offend us if you get up and walk out because you want to see these beautiful schools. They're much more beautiful than my face. So enjoy these schools, and we'll hang around and take any questions for the folks that want to stick around, okay? Good? Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just joking.
Let's see if anybody has any questions, and if they do,
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks. Yeah, nice to meet you too. Thanks for being here.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks. Thanks. Yeah. 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 Thanks. We're gonna hang around for questions. I'm gonna walk around, then I'll head over that way. Oh, yeah, I would really like to. Yeah. And let's make sure we'll get a photo op of us. Hi. Thanks. Yeah. Thanks for being here. Yeah, we appreciate it. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. I like it. Nice. Thanks so much. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hey, hey, hey. Yes. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. This guy, one of our fellow parents. Yeah. Yeah, I really appreciate you coming out tonight. I saw you walking out. I was like, hey. Yeah.
Nobody told me to do so.
We did sandwiches. I mean, we got to save the best for the staff. You know. Yeah.
Anyone wants to ask us any questions?
Let's go do the ribbon cutting photo op. Yeah. Because I want Kevin to be able to get a shot.
Yeah.
All right. Seeing no questions, Jason's off the hook. Thank you.